between the Dallas Cowboys and the Minnesota Vikings. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now it looks like we've got a Cowboy shaken up down there on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back.
Gonna work these niggas, dog.
I did not want to receive.
Somebody got sniped off a rip.
What you talking about?
What's good, Deon?
It's good.
First down, Prescott. Got a man complete to Cedric Wilson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And this play will be blown up.
He just ran over there, bro. He wasn't even in position.
That's going to go as a loss.
Y'all let him just run over there and second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion. Have a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
Oh, Prescott stripped, and the Vikings pick up the football. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
Well, that's a down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long, and you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him, sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just was coming, and he's taken down.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
Now a throw complete to his fullback out of the backfield. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here, 3rd and 14. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Throwing now is Allen. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand in first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs, so you have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to... Oh, this is taken in. It's complete.
Deuce.
A big play here for the Cowboys. And even 60 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone?
I don't know who that is.
I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
Is he from the south?
Prescott looks to throw on first. And already intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off.
What kind of pass was that?
Past
What the fuck?
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
So after the INT, it's Allen. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. Takes this up just short of the 30, but he was able to avoid that earlier tackle. Nice move. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. To throw, it's Allen. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a first down. And now he'll tuck it and run. And avoids the contact by sliding. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they called the field general.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10, right at the 40.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. You get blocked.
To the air, Allen. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down. Throwing on
Come on, Q, you got to use this time.
Allen cannot get away, and down he goes.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football.
Oh, it's intercepted. He was trying to get it to Ridley. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. That pick, his 9th on the season.
Remember we were kids and you were playing Little League Baseball, and they penciled you in the 9 spot in the order? That wasn't so good, was it?
Were you in the 9 hole?
Or you played the 9 position, right field? That wasn't so great.
That wasn't. You're picking dandelions out there.
Exactly.
But the 9 picks,
you want that in a big way. That's a great season.
Heck of a season. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Oh, my.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Here's Allen to throw it. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is going to be intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line. Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. A killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marching off yardage against them.
Eluding the pressure right toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Here's Allen. And he's got it. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Jake Butt, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows to 10-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Here's a quick throw out to Wilson. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 10-0 the score after one on EA Sports.
Kill. Mike spot 4.
Elliott. That one, a first down pickup of 8. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs, because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Maybe that is the boost that this offense needed.
They've done nothing the entire half, but out of the blue comes this big shot here. You're exactly right. Like a dunk in basketball, like a home run in baseball, maybe a solo shot. Sometimes you need that big play to get things ignited.
And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
Well, we have November.
Every single last one
They'd
of
be a
them.
wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak can have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And on third down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. From the gun, it's Allen. He'll have a first down past the 40. And that's caught by Smith. And he takes it all the way up to the 47. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Allen now on the option right. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. From just shy of midfield, Allen nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, and their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
Mike 54. Night, sweetheart.
A first down carry by Elliott. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. From the shotgun, again to Elliott. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 16 in the Dallas first down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Elliott on first down, going to get about 3 before he's taken down. A gain of 3, second down. Well, earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to defend him. I think you used the term bottle him up at different levels. They've struggled to do that.
They certainly have, because when you see them approach, in order to bottle him up at different levels, that front line's got to take care of business. Otherwise, he starts to sift through.
That one, a first down pickup of 8.
I think that's a big pickup for first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. On first down, Elliott. And he'll get it down this time to 17.
I'm in the game.
1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Intended that time for Cooper, and it's 3rd and 4.
Bro, Amari,
that would have been a great catch, but real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way.
Honestly,
it would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the
what I was saying earlier, Terry, is
calling
your
a
man
loss of
Flint
2
is
on
cheese.
the play. And that'll make it 2nd and goal.
He's just cheese, bro. He's just
Try
gonna do
again with
cheesy shit.
Elliott. And he'll get in. Touchdown,
I know y'all
Cowboys.
busted his ass.
Ezekiel Elliott
He scored like
with touchdown number
21 in
2
the
in the
first
game,
quarter and
and
didn't
now
score again.
11 on the year. And the Cowboys have
They
taken
can have
the
460.
lead. Extra point by Marr, up and
And
good.
DJ Moore had
And the
4
lead is now
touchdowns.
14-10.
Oh my God, they had a breakout game. Damn, he fucked us both up.
That'll be taken in the end zone.
Like, bro, that's the good shit ever.
And he's
Like,
up
niggas don't
past the
slide and
20
roll
to
like
the
that.
22-yard
That's what
line.
we saw.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of six.
And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Throwing on second and long. Allen. That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Allen going to throw. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
54.
From midfield, here's Allen. This one caught by Ridley.
One of the things you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Throwing again on second down. Allen being chased out left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Allen from the gun on third down. And he's got his tight end. That's Smith. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number one. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. Complete. Smith has it. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
No 6, baby. Start that shit
So we
over.
reach halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors. But overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up. And we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Throwing on second down. Allen. That's to Cook out of the backfield. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way. And really, we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
He's going to wind up and air it out. And that will be incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary can really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Prescott from the gun. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down.
Nice job. Nice patience right there. Put him on the right side. Let him work his way across. Put the ball in his hands and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Elliott. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Tackle made that time by Vita Vea. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Prescott to throw it. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Vita Vea has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Forced out to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Schultz. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again. They come out here in the eye. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now Elliott. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? carrying that just as lightly as he does the football.
Yeah,
what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead.
Let's go.
It's only 2 of them.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence, what a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
Check Mike 54.
Throwing now is Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football. Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
The Vikings send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. On the return is James. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Amari Cooper, the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. He's got a 1st down and then some inside the 40. And down to the 29-yard line. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. To throw is Prescott. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. 13 yards and a 1st down, Cowboys.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
From the red zone now, Prescott. Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the 1st, getting 14 yards on the scramble. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. And that rushing touchdown is 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Allen running the option to the left. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. 6 yards there on the keeper. It's 2nd down. On 2nd down at 4. Allen. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the 1st down as well. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
132 fighter. Hey, box drop.
Allen off the play fake. He sets to fire deep. That's caught at the 25. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the 4th. On 1st down, Allen. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Invite my rush to the party.
You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
To throw again on 2nd down. Allen. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a 1st down. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. From 10 yards out. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit.
Brandon, what we just saw there were 2 guys who are in sync. The person delivering the ball, but especially the person running the route. Tremendous job. It results in a terrific play.
Sorry, I'm going to leave anyway. I hate Piccadilly. So much, man.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Here we go. Shut up, nigga.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. James has got it. Complete. Only 3 yards on the catch.
Nothing is chill.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
What?
Maybe the turning point they need. Vernon Hargraves with a pick. And he will take this.
Here we go again.
It's a touchdown. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they gave up the pick 6. And now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, Are you a little more cautious this go around?
You should be. Just because
Why do they fucking do that shit, bro? Why do they not block the corner on a toss? I don't understand
You're
that.
not going to play loose enough to
I'm
give
like,
your
no,
team a chance to
I'm gonna let
score.
that corner go.
But
I'm
you
gonna
still
go
have
for
to
the
be
sake.
careful because those defensive
Fucking
guys,
got him.
I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession.
Dak dropping this one off for Zeke. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it third down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
On third down, it's Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
It's taken to the 26. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 44. A nice looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 down at the 31. And an alley to run. And he slides to avoid the hit. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Allen. And this one complete to Smith. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So 2nd and inches after that 1st down completion went just shy of the marker. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. He may try and run for this. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Hoping for a 4th down stop. Instead, they flinch and move the chains.
Flinch, jump, not watching the ball. All the sins that you're not supposed to commit, they come into play there.
From the shotgun, Ryan. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Mike Williams, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead. They run, Cook, and he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Oh, see that horrible. Why she on Facebook like this? That's crazy.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And a tight game after punting last time to see if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. A gain of just a yard, but it's a 1st down. Prescott to throw. He's got the connection to Cooper. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 16 in the Dallas 1st down.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
They'll look to throw. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Here's Prescott. Throw left side complete. It's James. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. He'll look to throw. A dump off to Elliott. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point you have to have a splash play in there as well.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to tie things up in the final minute. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. We've seen some big kicks in the NFL the last few years, and that one might just rank right up there.
And you know, you can hear the crowd react, right? But I was focused in on the sideline and watched them absolutely erupt. I don't know how many of them thought that he was actually going to make that kick, but how about how they felt when the ball went over the post?
Ryan to throw. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too.
Here's Ryan. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, as it turned out. Couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
The throw once more on 2nd and 10. Ryan, it's caught. Smith. Ryan now 4 of 5 since coming on. It's 1st and 10. Here's Ryan. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
It's now 2nd and 10.
So now this one's going to rest on the foot of their second-year kicker. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. So line of scrimmage still to 39 on 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Ryan. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. Give to Cook out of the gun. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down and tap.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season. Probably thinking they got to be careful not to force anything here in overtime. This is 3rd and a mile right now. To throw is Ryan. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
Well, we thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what distance that field goes from in overtime. The knees are always knocking, but he pushed it through.
Not only that, think about your snapper, your holder. A lot of nerves for them, too, because they have to do their job in order to give him one last chance to put a foot to it. So for Dallas, the win here means it'll be a 7-1 first half of the season. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Mile High to take on the Broncos. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they'll fall to 5-3 with a loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.